Winston Churchill was born on the 30th of November, 1874, in the United Kingdom, Oxfordshire. He gained fame and notoriety as a war correspondent and through contemporary books he wrote describing his campaigns. Some of his most popular books are the 6-volume collection called The Second World War. His first book is called The Gathering Storm, followed by The Grand Alliance, Their Finest Hour, The Hinge of Fate, Closing the Ring, and Triumph and Tragedy. I chose to read his first book, The Gathering of the Storm. I really liked his introductory paragraph. After the end of the World War in 1914, there was a deep conviction in almost every universal hope that peace would reign over the world. This harsh desire of all the people could easily have been gained by steadfastness in righteous convictions and by reasonable common sense and prudence. Notice how he uses all caps in the first 3 words. The phrase, "the war to end war," was on every lip, and measure had been taken to turn it into reality. I liked his quote on page 408. Still, if you will not fight for the right when you can easily win without bloodshed, if you will not fight for when victory will be sure and not too costly, you may come to the moment when you will have to fight when all odds are against you and only a precarious chance of survival. Notice the use of multiple semicolons in this sentence. I really like the use as it gives a nice pause between each powerful statement. As he used previously, notice how he uses capital letters again in the book on page 22. Germany, the head of the forefront of offense, regarded by all as the prime cause of the catastrophe which had fallen upon the world, was at the mercy and discretion of the conquerors, themselves reeling from the torment they had endured. Another thing I noticed about his writing is he uses a lot of elegant options. He ignores a lot of the rules that regular readers just really wouldn't notice. His use of verbs is very well done, especially when choosing whether to use a verb actively or passively, which, as we all know, can be very difficult. For the most part, all of the articles that I found were pretty positive, but I was surprised to find a couple that were actually criticizing Winston Churchill. The first one here, basically what he's saying is our old leaders, specifically Winston Churchill, are too well rehearsed and just really wouldn't be able to stand up in that kind of a debate. But everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You decide for yourself. Personally, I think that Winston would have rocked those debates, but hey, that's my opinion. Another article I read is called "It's Usually Not Wrong to End a Sentence with a Proposition" by Tina Blue. The last article I read was called "The Finest Hours" by Adam Gopnik. This article basically just had a lot of biographical references, talked about some of his really nice quotes that he liked, and basically just said a lot of nice things about Churchill, like how he won the Nobel Prize, or like how he just led Britain through the whole war, just all of his great triumphs and victories. In case you didn't hear it the first time. Still, if you will not fight for the right when you can easily win without bloodshed, if you will not fight for when victory will be sure and not too costly, you may come to the moment when you will have to fight when all odds are against you and only a precarious chance of survival. Churchill's fame was so great that he even had a tank named after him.
A powerful infantry tank, heavily armored, fast, and equipped with formidable weapons for attack. These include the new 6-pounder guns, now often being mounted in place of the 2-pounder, or in addition. More new types of tanks, the War Secretary reports, are now coming along, and it's hoped and believed they'll definitely outstrip the enemy's latest. Meanwhile, Good hunting to the Churchills and their crew.